Hey, I'm awake at after 2:30 a.m., can't sleep. So, for that reason, partly, I will do a kind of a recap video of living with EB, epidermolysis bullosa. What partly has brought this on, me doing this video, is to explain myself maybe a little better for some people. Not that I necessarily have to, but I also had a very sudden passing away of a cousin of mine. Very devastating. And even before that happened, I've had some new health problems of my own that's kind of been adding up over time, building up, I'm sure. And it can be a critical, point at any time. It could be a time bomb just waiting to go off. That's just the truth of the matter. There is no treatment, as you know. There is no treatment or life-extending medicines. It's just stuff that tries to manage pain, which I do not take, which I somewhat regret on some days. My sister Kelly, she had it as well, EB. She died at 23 years old, as y'all know. She took medicines and tried doctors, and it didn't really do anything. I've went over that before. She died a very horrible, painful death. And I myself am coming up in December, if I can make it, on 36 years old. 36 without going to doctors very regular and not trying medicines and stuff. But, as I say, because of even more recent, happenings over the last even few months or even last couple of years, I kind of regret, because maybe I need to just have enough sense to know I need something to possibly help with some of the pain. Because death is inevitable for everybody, but at a young age, for somebody with EB, most people with EB don't live beyond the age of about 20 years old. I was supposed to be dead when I was about 17 years old. Okay? The skin breaks easily and frequently. Now, it's not so breakable that you can't even touch. That's an exaggeration. But it is very frequently, head to toe, inside and out of the body, the skin is fragile and does not hold together. That has created an everyday life of hell. We're talking skin breaks on my behind where I sit down 24/7, no escaping it. We're talking skin breaks and blistering inside the mouth. It's ruined my oral health, which has done over time damage to my heart and other things. Partly what's built to significant issues that I have now, even in recent days and weeks. Obviously, I don't even weigh 100 pounds. I've never been able to eat healthy. The skin tears inside the throat. My skin can even tear inside my throat while I'm talking or laughing or just turn my head sometimes. I have had it where the skin would tear and then you can't swallow anything without it feeling like not only are you spitting up blood, but you're basically like swallowing glass, pieces of glass. It's extremely painful. Pretty much a lot of times it's impossible. It's just impossible to go through it. So you lose weight and you wait for it to heal up and take the natural process, because the skin will heal back. There are areas of the body the skin never heals back, okay? Because I am sitting or laying down frequently, because my feet, obviously, I can't walk a lot, not very mobile, so I'm very much an inactive person. I have skin breaks from just everyday existing. Sitting down on the commode is a problem. To use the bathroom, it's painful. To lay down, I'm laying on skin breaks on my legs and feet and arms and back and so on and so forth. So there is no comfortable experience in any way. Okay? It has also damaged my eyes. I recently, back in August of 2019, went completely blind suddenly in my left eye from glaucoma, and among other issues, scarring of the cornea because of the weak layers of the eye, all kinds of factors. My right eye, the vision is poor and has the same possible conditions as the left eye. So I could be facing blindness. That's not a death threat. That's not a threat of death, other than a significant diminishing of whatever slight quality of life I got. Again, my overall health over time has diminished even more because of serious issues with the not being able to eat proper, terrible circulation because of being inactive, problems with the heart. Even recently, over the last year or even a few months, it takes everything I got just to get from room to room without being out of breath. Because over time it's just done damage. And it's so painful also to walk and bend my legs. The skin on my knees is never, the top layer is never there. It's always bloody. There's sudden heavy bleeding that'll just pour out of my skin, almost like turning on a faucet sometimes, and I have no idea when it's going to happen. But then I can also, from sitting down too much, deal with blood clots, and that can, cause sudden strokes or heart attacks, whatever. That's just reality. Okay? There's so much to go into. I mean, really, if people just think for a while, over time, it's just over 35 years of stuff just building and becoming exhausting, not to mention the battle of the mind and the soul to just keep going. For what reason? Just to continue to struggle. So in recent days, what's been going on with me is extreme mobility problems, where my legs just almost give out and can't even support my weight, and blisters, constantly blisters up and down my legs and all over my feet, where even having a walker does no good. And then, so it's just like, at what point am I going to become like some invalid, a vegetable? My sister Kelly, before she died, she was bedridden. She couldn't even stand up straight. And I haven't been able to stand up straight myself in weeks. Not completely straight. And just a couple of days ago, my leg started to swell up huge. Either a sign of a severe infection, which that's a regular occurrence. When you have wounds and stuff that don't go away, you're going to deal with infections. And the skin swells up, the area where it's at swells up, and it will burn constantly like fire, and you can't put it out. And so anyway, my left leg, it's still swollen some. It's very painful to even try to take one step, even to support my own weight and stand up. So let alone getting to the bathroom, it's not easy, okay? I have enough sense to know I could suddenly die. It really could happen suddenly. My cousin, she died sudden. She wasn't on a deathbed. She did have health problems. But I had talked to her, communicated with her on Facebook just about 2 hours before she died of a heart attack. Okay, it can happen sudden. I know part of me needs to probably just get under some kind of intense medication, like my sister Kelly did, like hospice care, and just wait for death to come get me. But part of that is fear that I haven't done it, because it's like once you get going down that road, there's no going back. There's, trying to fight for something to live for, even though reality is there isn't much. So anyway, I don't know what else to... Again, everyday life, I get blisters and skin breaks pretty much anywhere. Obviously there's areas that are more frequently contacted that can be a problem, but I get skin breaks on my face, on my ears, and on my head, and so trying to sleep at night is painful. I can literally wake up with blood on my pillow, and it comes from my head or from a sore on my ear that broke, and the skin starts to stick to those materials, and you got to pull it off and unstick it. Unsticking clothes sticking to sores on your back and arms and your pants, and you can't leave it. You can't have it covered up all the time, because sometimes in order to ever have it, some of those spots heal up, it's got to have a little air go to it. Can't just be covered up all the time. Okay, I'm not a mummy. I can't live that way. And so I just don't know how to even explain it all. It's hell. It's absolute hell. And I know there's many other disabilities and handicaps and conditions out there that people got to live with that's painful. But I agree with one doctor one time that said living with EB might be the most consistently constant painful disease you can have, because it's any part of your body is vulnerable and any part of your health is at risk and going to get wrecked. And so maybe I shouldn't try to feel the need to explain, but sometimes I feel the need to explain. It's tough. It's very tough. And I may suddenly go, and I understand it. I believe in an afterlife and heaven and all of that, but when you're in a moment of pain None of that helps, thinking about that. It doesn't help in the moment. It doesn't help you deal with the pain. It doesn't me. I'll admit, over the last couple of years, I've become a person that I don't really like because I have no patience for my problems. As soon as I wake up and my feet hit the floor, if I can even get them on the floor and stand up, and when I feel those blisters, when I wake up and have blisters inside my mouth, I get mad. Where I used to would more cry out to God in sadness and please help me, and I do still many times, but there's also a lot of anger and there's resentment. I'm not going to lie. I'm not one of those people that's going to lie. Okay? Because God knows anyway. I don't like becoming that way, but if you live 35 years in my situation, I bet you would lose some patience also. And I try not to take my anger out on people. So people may say, well, you don't seem like that to me. It's because I try not to be. But I do get tired sometimes of stupid questions. People that'll say, I hope you feel better tomorrow, and I know what they're meaning, or ask, you feel good today? You having a good day? No, I'm never really having a good day. Never. You just try to find like peaks of sunshine through the clouds, but that's about all. And some days it's just an absolute downpour and you don't get any breaks from the clouds. I'm just rambling on. I don't know why, but I'm rambling on. I'm gonna miss my cousin Diane. She's the one that passed away suddenly. She was very good to me. The very simple things that she would do, everyday interaction on Facebook, and she would randomly pop up at my door with something she thought that maybe I could eat for the day. Very thoughtful and just at random, just the small things that really add up, like they say. And so she was a very loving human being. Everybody that knows her knows that. And she'll be missed. So in a way, this video is dedicated to her. In a way, my sister Kelly, who was 6 years older than me and showed me how to fight EB, I think she would be proud of me regardless of the anger that I deal with and the frustration, because she dealt with it some too, of course, even at 23. You miss out on a lot in life, a whole lot. A lot of years I couldn't go to public school at all, in and out. You miss out on a whole lot of things. I've tried to make the best of it, and I've had some good friends along the way, but it's been a lot of isolation. It's a very isolated life, as it should be. Nobody wants to be around the situation. I get it. And they shouldn't, and I don't expect it. I get embarrassed by it. I have, that may be foolish pride, but I do have some pride. I don't even really like going into all the details of the things that I deal with. But when you experience something and you make it through it the best you can, you should educate somebody. Educate somebody. Don't keep it to yourself. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done doing this video. If y'all have a question or something, comment, I'll answer it.